Doug and PA back with another video. So guys, the student loan debt videos are going to keep on coming. This is a compilation. This is one girl's story about the struggle of having to pay her student loans after the 3-year pause. She graduated in March of 2020 and didn't pay on her student loans at all, and now the bill is due. So we're going to get into this news clip here. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And like I say at the beginning of every other women in the student loan debt video, guys, a woman's debt should be a disqualifier for consideration for a serious relationship or marriage. Do not marry a woman with a whole bunch of debt. Don't do it. And also, a woman's debt shows you her decision-making processes. If she's not good with her money, she's not going to be good with your money either. So let's get into this news story.
Back now with our series, The American Classroom. This morning, Rebecca, you are looking at a closer look at the American education system.
That's right, Eva. As student loan debt continues to rise in the U.S., we spoke to one graduate about her journey towards paying hers off.
A little sidebar, guys. You know that 62% of news anchors in the United States are women. So knowing that information, I want you to keep an eye on news anchor panels, even on your favorite sports networks now. A lot of them are predominantly women. All right, let's go.
When Nisa Betancourt graduated college in May 2020, it was a unique time, not just because she wouldn't be able to accept her diploma in person.
Whoa. Look at this, guys. What's wrong with this picture? What's the big telltale sign? You see it? Nisa L, her name, communication and theater arts was her major, guys. I always say my 5, but I'm going to add communications as 6, okay? So the 5 are psychology, sociology, social work, criminal justice, some kind of studies degree, so gender studies, Asian studies, African American studies, and we are going to add communications to that list. Guys, I knew it. This is the type of stuff that women are getting the degrees in. And Rutgers is not cheap, guys. It's not. I hope they say later on in the story how much she spent on this bachelor's degree in communication and theater arts.
But also because of the government pause on paying back student loans.
I would not have been able to move out, and I probably would still be at home had they not been paused.
And she probably should have stayed at home and spent those 3 years paying off her student loan debt, but she didn't do that, did she? Now she's on Good Morning America crying about it.
When the pandemic hit, the government also set the interest rate to 0%. But now, 3.5 years later, Nisa joins the more than 28 million federal student loan borrowers restarting their payments. Nisa, an account executive for a public relations firm, knew that
an account executive for a public relations firm, and they wonder why men make more than women. Guys, I'm 42 years old. And in my lifetime, men will always make more than women, and this is why. She got this useless degree in communications to be an account executive at a PR firm. So with a bachelor's degree, she's probably making what? She's in a big city, so probably 50,000, 53, 55, and that's it.
the day would come, and with that, lifestyle changes, from meal prepping to cutting back on her social life and taking on freelance work on weekends.
The money that I make from my freelance gigs goes straight towards my student loans.
She pays nearly $600 a month, chipping away at $52,000 in student loan debt.
$52,000 for a communication and theater arts degree from Rutgers? Guys, this is it right here. This is the problem. This is modern women right here. Why did she do this to herself? As I always say, we don't talk enough about economically unattractive women. This is one of them. And her $600 a month payments, they probably barely even cover interest. And guys, watch. she's gonna go back to school to get a master's degree in communications, put herself another $50,000 in debt. You maybe add $10,000 or $15,000 a year to her earning potential, because she's still not going to get a degree in something worth anything. These are economically unattractive women, guys. Stay away from them.
I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to pay them back, even though I have been taking these extra measures to make sure that I have it under control.
Americans have $1.77 trillion in federal and private student loan debt.
And women own 70% of that,
with average monthly payments ranging from $200 to $299. And while President Biden's attempt at debt relief was overturned by the Supreme Court in June, the administration recently released a draft of a narrower policy aimed at helping the hardest hit student loan borrowers.
You need to focus on what payments you need to make, because we don't know what's going to be happening in Washington, but you do know that what you have to do, and I would stay focused on that.
Yeah, we do know that the bill is due. The bill is due, and you see all these women on my student loan debt compilations. We're just gonna not pay. Oh yeah, try that and see what happens. They're gonna garnish your wages to take your tax return. So you know what? The government is literally pulling a dirty Harry right now and say, you know what? Make my day. See what happens.
Despite the daunting task ahead, Nisa is hopeful.
Making that first payment, I was able to see how much I actually have in debt. But
so it took her 3 years and her first payment due to see that she owed over $52,000 in debt. So she would just, the last 3 years, were just completely oblivious, ignoring it. What? Tell you, this is women, guys.
I also feel like I can get it done, and hoping that all of the steps that I've taken will pay off in the end.
A great example, Nisa. Also, the department.
A great example. Women enable other women's bad behavior, man. Like, she's going to have to work 2 jobs, side hustles for the next 10 years to pay this off. Or she's going to find, maybe one of those pictures was with her and her boyfriend, and he's going to be a simp and marry her and help her pay off her debt, maybe? Who knows?
Department of Education has instituted a 12-month on-ramp to repayment. That's through September 30th of next year. And during this time, any borrowers who miss monthly payments will not be considered delinquent or reported to the credit bureaus, but those missed payments will accrue interest. So something to consider. Also, take a look at maybe loan consolidation. This can work. It puts everything in one payment, and it can make things a lot more seamless for those payments.
Guys, I don't feel bad for these women at all. I just don't. Hey, she had 3 years. She could have paid on these loans. She could have stayed at home. Why did not paid rent? She could have got a side hustle back in the past 3 years and just put all that money with no interest. Now the interest is coming on. The payments due. No sympathy over here, guys. None. Economically unattractive women. Stay away. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.